A girl gets possessed by an evil entity, which haunts her entire family. In 1972, in Thailand, 3 sisters witness an evil spirit standing in the woods. Soon, the middle sister starts experiencing weird symptoms, as they all start hearing creepy noises at night. Their brothers guard the house at night and also witness the evil entity. The movie opens in a town in Thailand called Kanchanaburi in 1972. A couple walks by the stream, discussing their daughter, Nart's condition. Suddenly, they hear their daughter's cry, so they rush towards her. They unlock the door and find Nart in pain. Nart's stomach starts bloating instantly as she trembles in pain and dies. The movie now focuses on another family who are farmers. The family consists of 6 children, 3 girls, 3 boys, and their parents. The eldest of the girls is Yad, followed by Yam, and the youngest child is Yi. The girls get ready for school. On their way, Yi notices a creepy tree. Later, after their classes, Yad and Yam find creepy drawings inside a desk. They discover that Nart, whom we saw in the opening, had made these drawings before she passed away mysteriously. The girls return home now, and they walk past the same tree again, but this time they see a ghost standing underneath it. They run away in fear, but suddenly their brother Yod pops from the bushes to scare them. Yod brings them back to their farmhouse, but they arrive late. There, we meet their father, Hung, who is a strict and disciplined man, along with Yos, the second oldest child in the family. Later, the family drives to the fair, where the girls sit on a Ferris wheel. There, Yi and Yam notice a creepy old woman pointing at them. Afterwards, Yam starts to feel sick, so Yos takes her to the hospital the next day. The doctors declare her fine, but she isn't. Before they drive back home, they get interrupted by Yak, their oldest brother. Yak left the family to become a soldier, but now he's back. Yak drives them home, but Yos isn't pleased by Yak's presence. They arrive home, and Yak is greeted by his family. Later, during the family dinner, Yak gets scolded by his uptight father for being too relaxed. At night, everyone goes to sleep except Yam. She hears an eerie sound, so she closes the room windows. But we see a demon lady with a bloody face standing behind her. Yad wakes up as well and hears the same sounds. She goes to the kitchen and finds Yam chewing on raw meat. Yam says she's hungry and goes to bed. Yad also goes to bed, and the next morning, we see Mun, one of the farm workers, insisting on quitting his job. He refuses to share his reason for leaving with Hung, so Yak intervenes. Mun tells Yak that he saw something and is scared to work now. He quits, and he also warns Yak to look after his family. Later, Yi informs Yad that she saw Yam smiling in a creepy way at night, so she doesn't want to sleep with her anymore. Afterward, their mother, Bunyan, mentions that she's leaving with their father for a day while the brothers are working together at the farm. After the parents leave, the brothers secretly discuss that something strange is happening at their farm. Yad joins them and reveals that she heard the strange noise of a woman at night. Later, at night, Yak mentions to Yad that he didn't hear any strange noises, but Mun did. Yad fears it is related to Yam. They all go to sleep, but Yam wakes up and leaves the house. Yad hears the eerie female noises again, but bites her hand so she can stay awake. She rushes to Yak's room, but he's missing. She hears gunshots, so she hides Yi in a closet. She goes outside, where Yod yells at her to stay inside while Yak is shooting at someone. They all kept seeing a strange woman in the bushes, and Yak was shooting at her. Yos finds Yam and brings her inside. They place Yam in her bed and discuss privately what happened. Yak reveals that they were on the lookout, but they got drunk. Moments later, Yam woke up, and they all fainted when they heard weird noises. When they woke up, they looked at the farm but kept seeing a ghost who kept appearing and disappearing. It was the same ghost that Nart drew. Shortly after, they found Yam standing in front of their dad's bamboo tree. The ghost appeared there again, so Yak kept shooting at her but missed. Yad mentioned seeing her too, under a giant tree. The next day, Yak gives some money to Yad to spend it with her sisters. Yos arrives, and Yak orders him to look after the farm while he picks up Sergeant Papan to examine Yam. Jos is still furious with his brother for stranding them, leaving all the farm labor for Jos. Yak apologizes, and the brothers patch up their differences. Yad heads home and gives some money to Yam. The sisters go out for shopping, and while Yam gets dressed, the creepy lady from the fair enters through the window and jumps on Yam. She shoves her hand in her mouth and rips out her tooth. Bunyan had returned, so she and Yad push the woman away from Yam and drive her out of their house. On the other hand, Yak returns home with Sergeant Pafan. Bunyan informs the sergeant that Chwai, the old lady, attacked Yam. Pafan meets Yam, who spits on him and threatens to eat him whole. Pafan accuses her of being possessed by Chwai, but Yam reveals in a demonic voice that she isn't. She laughs as Yak asks about Chwai. Pafan now takes him to Chwai's place, revealing Chwai used to practice black magic, and now she has gone insane. Chwai is performing a ritual with Yam's tooth as Yak barges in. He confronts her, but she laughs manically and takes her life. On their way out, Pafan reveals that Chwai was possessed by an evil entity. These entities use teeth to possess their host at night. This meant that the evil spirit will possess Yam tonight. At night, Yak tells Yad to sleep with Yi in his room. He tells her to lock the door and open it to no one while they guard till morning. Late at night, Yam wakes up and starts reciting some spells, which makes everyone faint. The younger brothers faint, but Yak burns his hand to stay awake. Yad bites her hand to stay awake. Yam confronts Yak and makes him faint as well. Yad wakes up Yak, but it was too late. Yam had left again. Yak wakes up the boys, and they head out to search for Yam. Hung and Bunyan also wake up. Hung doesn't believe in ghosts and slaps Yak for acting paranoid. All of a sudden, it starts raining bricks on their house, making Hung believe they are being haunted by an evil spirit. They all spread out on the farm to look for Yam. Yak searches in the crops. There, he shoots a woman who turns out to be his mother, Bunyan. Bunyan falls to the ground, bleeding, but starts laughing. She stands up again, freaking out Yak, so he runs away. She chases Yak, so he lures her out in the open. There, he's about to shoot her, but Yod stops him because this time it is their actual mother. Back in the house, the spirit tempts Yad to open their door, but Yad doesn't fall for it. So the spirit shoves her arm through the door to unlock it. The girls scream in terror, but Bunyan arrives to rescue them. The next morning, Yak and Pafan bring in Pafan's teacher, Mr. Puth. Mr. Puth is a specialist in handling evil spirits. Mr. Puth looks around the house and notices Hung's giant bamboo tree and senses trouble from it. Yak loses patience and forces Puth to inspect Yam. Puth lays eyes on Yam and instantly yells at the evil spirit to leave Yam. Yak holds her as Puth presses her forehead. Yam starts trembling and crying. She manipulates Bunyan into protecting her, so she staves off Yak and Puth from Yam and consoles her. Hung scolds Yam and brings his stick to beat her, but Bunyan protects her again. Puth realizes the ghost's tactics and orders everyone to leave Yam alone with Bunyan. They all go outside, where Puth orders them to cut down the bamboo tree. After cutting it, they discover organs planted inside the tree. Yam arrives at the scene to stop it, so everyone pins her down while Yak and Yos burn the organs. Yam now faints, so Puth instructs them to take her to the hospital. Yos, Yi, and Hung stay home while everyone else takes Yam to the hospital. On their way, Puth gives Yak some sacred bullets to shoot the entity. On their way, they all start seeing illusions. Yak sees multiple ghosts on the streets, but he drives through them, while Yad and others see Nart's ghost on the truck. They close their eyes, while Yak sees an illusion of his family standing on the road. He drives past them, but Yam starts reciting spells to knock everyone out. Puth tries to stop her, but she bites his finger off. Yak faints and crashes the car. He wakes up and finds Puth dead, while Yam's dragging everyone else to the road. Yak confronts her, but she has his gun. She shoots Pafan and reveals Yam was the perfect host for possession. Yak signals Yad to hand him Puth's blade, as he snatches the gun away from her and stabs her in the arm. Yam spits black goo as the spirit exits her body. Yak shoots the evil spirit and defeats her. They all reach the hospital, where Yam is fine now but doesn't remember anything. But the spirit was just messing with them and hadn't died yet. Yam was still possessed, so she rips out her tooth. Her stomach starts bloating, just like Nart, and she dies as well. The family cries as Yad sees the evil spirit standing outside. They hold a funeral for Yam and cry as Yak destroys and burns the shrine where the girls first saw the spirit. Yak says it isn't over, and the movie ends here. I hope you liked the story recap. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Thank you for being a part of Black's Movie Recaps. If these tales of mystery and intrigue sent shivers down your spine, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Black's Movie Recap for more bone-chilling narratives. Stay tuned, and until next time, stay captivated.